Okay, guys, it has been a long couple days. I'm here to vlog. I didn't feel like holding my camera, so I just stuck it up to the window. But, guys, let me tell you guys story time. This, like, when I tell you it's been a long couple days, it's been a long couple days. Because, like, other stuff happened, but I'm only going to tell you guys, like, why. Okay, my mom said that she told you guys that I went to sleep really late last night, like 6 in the morning. Let me tell you guys why, okay? Around 11 o'clock last night, we got a call from my dad, or I got a call, and he was like, I'm on my way to the animal emergency room right now. Remy, our dog, if you guys know Remy, she had got hit by a car, a hit and run, and my dad found her laying in the middle of the road, like bleeding. Like, it was like, these are very tragic details, guys, so if you guys don't want to hear this, then but she was bleeding. Her eyeball was like out of socket, her jaw was cracked, her arm was dislocated. It was just a really bad accident. So he was like, I honestly don't think that Remy's gonna make it. I'm on my way to the emergency room right now, if you want to meet me there, because it's right by my house. So we ended up going to the emergency room. We were there from 11 o'clock at night all the way to 6 in the morning. Okay, so we got there, right? They had to put Remy on a stretcher. They put Remy inside the hospital. And then when they put Remy inside the hospital, we had to like pay for x-rays and stuff, blah blah. They came out very expensive, but my dad still paid it. And then it had came to the point where they're like that Remy's recovery is gonna be really rough, that she's gonna have seizures in the future, and that like basically she's gonna be like not healthy for her recovery. So we were like, well, we don't want her to, like, first of all, we don't want to pay, like, because the total was going to come out to almost like $5,000. We don't want to pay almost $5,000 for her to still live and not live like to her fullest life. Like, they said that she would still need jaw surgery because her jaws are just not working and it needs to get wired, so she would need to go through multiple surgeries. She would have seizures a lot because she had head trauma. She would have to like go through like all this stuff. She would have to take medication all the time. She would have to do this, she would have to do that, and like she won't be like at her best advantages like she was anymore, like our young healthy Remy. So it got to a point where they were like recommending us to like put her down. They were like, oh, like we think that like it would be best and to do all this, do all that, right? So I'm bawling. Viviana's at her friends at a sleepover. We call Viviana's bawling. Like, everybody's just bawling. My dad's crying. We're like, we don't want to put her down, but if it's gonna be like that, like, we don't want it to just like, we don't want her life to go, the rest of her life to be at waste. Her just like not being able to do nothing, not like just sitting in the house having seizures all the time. We don't want that for her. So we were coming to that point, and I honestly just felt like Remy wasn't ready to go. I felt like she was fighting. She was really strong, everything. Like, when we seen her, she was like so out of it, but at the same time she was trying her hardest to like lift her head up, still trying to like and the thing that got me is when we walked away from her and the vets took her, she tried to get up and like come with us. And like, I just honestly felt like she wasn't ready. Like, she was not ready to go. So I decided that I told my dad that I think that like we should just take her home. Because, so they were like, oh, her jaw's broke, but they didn't do an x-ray on it. They were like, just from seeing it, we seen her move her jaw. So we're like, if it was broke, she wouldn't be able to move it. She wouldn't be able to lick it, or like nothing, And like, she was doing that. So we're like, okay, like, is her jaw really broke? So, and then, the only thing that we were honestly concerned about was they were saying that blood was filling up her lungs and her arm. But when we seen her, they had her inside of a cage. No wires hooked up to her, no monitoring her to see if her oxygen is good, to see if like the blood is genuinely filling her lungs up. Nothing. Like, she was genuinely just like a regular dog, just inside of a cage, put away. And I'm like, and then they were like, for her to stay overnight, like, this is what we're gonna do, we're just gonna monitor her. But for her to stay overnight, it's gonna be, I think, like $1,000. And my dad was like, like, that's crazy. You guys aren't even, like, you know, she's not hooked up to nothing. I was like, I think that we should just take her home, because we could honestly do the same thing that they're doing, but at home. And I feel like they're leaning towards, like, all the stuff that's wrong with her, but I genuinely feel like she's, like, fighting and she's gonna be okay. So then my dad was like, okay, because we were at the point where we were talking about putting her down, and, you know, so I was like, no, like, she's not ready. Let's take her home. Let's see what we can do. Either way, they were like, yeah, we can't do no surgeries here. We can't do nothing here. She has to wait till she goes she gets an appointment at her regular doctor, which was closed. So we were like, okay, we'll just take her tomorrow. But for tonight, she could stay at our house. So then we ended up taking her home, but the doctors were like, no, you shouldn't. Like, that's not a good idea. And then, like, they kept adding, like, prices onto, like, I don't know, like, it was just, like, crazy. Like, it's almost like they weren't really in there to save Remy. They were just in there for the money. Like, that's what it made it seem. Like, the whole vet program that we went to, like, it just made it seem like they were only, like, in there for the money and not to really, like, consider, like, saving her life and just stuff like that, you know? So we ended up going back home. We made an appointment at the other doctor. The next morning we woke up. Mind you, we got home at 6 in the morning. We woke up, went to the other doctor. Viviana went with my dad this time because I had a nail appointment. And then the other doctor said that Remy was fine and that her body is just really sore. That's why she can't walk, but she needs to heal. Nothing was dislocated. Her jaw wasn't as displaced as they said. Like, it was displaced to the point,
like a crack right here. Like,
yeah, it was like at the point where they said that she was able to heal it herself. She did not need all the surgery that they were gonna say. She did not need the jaw wire that they were saying. Like, genuinely, like, all Remy's issues were able to, like, she was able to heal on herself. And it was really scary to think about that, because we were almost at the point at the other hospital of putting her down, because they were saying that all this was wrong with her, and that they recommended it. So it was, I don't know, it was just really crazy, guys. It was a really crazy night, but I'm really glad that we decided to leave that and go to the other hospital, because I just feel like that news is so much better than the news that we got at the other place. And they didn't say anything about the blood in her lungs, right? They said that she had none.
Yeah.
So, like, it was genuinely just, like, they wanted to put her through, because they were like, okay, if we keep her here, like, we could do this for the blood in her lungs, we could do this for her jaw, we could do this for that, which would have cost at, like, $5,000 plus, you know? So it's like, I don't know. It's crazy how some companies are like that in this world. It's sad.
Yeah. But now Remy's doing really good, and, like, she's, like, starting to walk. And, like, my dad sent us a video of her this morning, and she was just, like, laying in the sun. Like, she looked, like, fine and everything. But, yeah.
Yeah, guys. That's our story time. I'm so happy that she's doing better. Like, that was probably one of, like, the most heartbreaking nights ever. Like, it was so bad, guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so glad that she's doing better.